Hi, how are you? Good morning. Okay, so we will speak today about desires coming true in the self-coaching, in the life model that the self-coaching works well with. Let's say it this way. I will remind some of the material that we already learned and structurize it a bit differently, or bring some material that will show it this way, the way how desires are coming through in it. Just a second, I will close the windows so that we won't have this other sounds. Okay, this way it's quieter. Okay then. The way I showed it before is like this. If you remember, in this model is that we are like a set of streams, and for each desire there is a stream of energy that flows from us forward into our life, through our life, in our life, or it is our life actually. And as I said, that um, there is a degree of alignment or harmonizing. It is, for example, if I someday discover that I want a house, then this means that my energy from that point on, my inner being energy is me with the house, and the physical me can be not there yet, can have all kinds of different limiting beliefs that say, but I don't have house yet, I don't see it physically, or I cannot have it because I don't deserve it, or I don't have enough resources for it, or in order for me to have one else will be without it, or something like this. So when we work with our beliefs and we bring them into the correspondence to the way our inner being doesn't even feel, doesn't even think, to the way our inner being is. Our inner being is already me with the house, me with the health, me with the wealth, me with everything I want. Yeah, that's great. Oh, by the way, after I will try to find it. I had an audio about the house, so I can find it and we can listen to it here. It's a good idea. In fact, let's take a little break now and I will upload it and we will hear it. Okay? Oh, that's great. We can work with it right now. That will be great. Okay. Everything is perfect, isn't it? Okay, so I will now upload that audio. We will listen to it and we will continue working with it. Karen, it's okay. I just turned off my audio while I was uploading the audio. I will now upload it here and we will listen to it and then we will continue because it just comes. Giselle, hi. Yes, I was just uploading an audio that we thought about in the middle of the explanation. So I will upload it now here and we will listen to it and then we will continue to work with it. No, it is not, and I am not speaking. I am just uploading a file now. I just remembered that there were two files of audio of that conversation that I had in my phone because several years ago I was listening to it because it is a case that gives a lot of explanations about the desires coming true and all that. Okay, let's listen.
Manifesting a house, and I feel so downstream about it. I've learned how to bask. I've learned how to keep my feeling about it be the most important. I've skipped all the steps on how I'm going to do it, and I only see it done. I enjoy adding to it. I enjoy the expansion of my desire, and I've come to feel what that feels like about adding, this component and that component to it. And I don't feel like I'm rooting it up every day and wondering why my house hasn't appeared. And I understand there can't be instant manifestation, but I do notice that things come into my life really fast. I can manifest stuff sometimes in minutes, sometimes in days, and I would like this to be a manifestation, just like the button and the castle thing, to just whoom. And I'm wondering, where am I missing something to not make it happen?
Well, do you think you can afford the house you're looking for?
I don't think that really matters.
That's good if that's not an issue. In other words, if the house that you've created in your mind, you believe you can currently afford it.
I know that right now, in this now, the house I've created in my mind, I cannot afford, but I don't let that be a reoccurring thought or even spend much time on that.
Well, the reason we ask the question is because that feels where the vibrational discord is. And it's not just because it's generally where it is. When someone says to us, I have a really good plan or picture of something, and then they describe the way they're working on it in the way that you are, we want to say, you want to work on it in your mind because it's pleasurable to do so, not because working on it in your mind is the way you think will be the way to get what you want.
Right.
The vibrational, emotional stance that you want to have is, I've done the work, it's over there, and any thoughts I have about the house now are simply for the pleasure that the thoughts give me in the moment, not ever about trying to make it happen with my thoughts.
Yes.
And the fact that we can feel that you're trying to make it happen with your thoughts lets us know that there's some resistance that you're trying to overcome with those thoughts.
I mean, I'll go for walks in the area where I want to live, and I'll take pieces that I like and just put that in my house, granite counter.
And here's the question that we ask, and why do you do that?
Because, well, I want to create the house of my dreams in my head first and then have it come, and I don't want to work my way up. I just kind of want to move from where I am now into the house of my dreams.
Well, here's the piece that we can feel here. In the same way that we say there's step 1 and there's step 2 and there's step 3, and there's a whole step between step 1 and step 3. You said, I want to create the house that I want in my dreams. And we want to say to you, done, check that off your list. Step 1, done. In other words, we don't think that any more walks in any more neighborhoods or any more perusing through any more catalogs is going to give you more information about what you want. We think that that house is done and it's in vibrational escrow.
Okay.
So then when you take the walk because it feels good to take the walk, when you take the walk because you're trying to amplify the step 3 part of your experience rather than you're trying to shore up the step 1 part of your experience, now the walk is beneficial. We want you to see the distance between where you are, not yet living in that dream house, and living in that dream house as your joyful journey, just like you would see a vacation as a joyful journey. In other words, when you're thinking about a house, you say, not in the house, let's make this fast. But when you're thinking about a vacation, I'm at home, I'm going to go to all those other places, and I'm going to come back home, then you say, oh, well, logically, why should I go? I'm home. I'm going to end up home. Seems to me I've got my vacation accomplished. But you don't go on the vacation to get it done. You go on the vacation for the fun along the way. And the thing that we can feel that you're not feeling in the way we want you to feel it is, we want you to understand that your dream of this house is there to give you the journey of feeling yourself moving toward it. But if it feels like it's not happening, if you feel stuck, then your journey isn't serving you in the way you want it to. And so what creation is about making the journey joyful, making the journey what matters most. The journey to your house matters more than the house. The journey to the new house matters more than the house. For you, what it is you want to use this house as a symbol of your ability to create. That's part of it. That's what a lot of you are doing. You want to mold things into place because you want the evidence that you are a creator, as well as wanting the house. Feeling really good where you are is the best indication of being the deliberate creator of anything that you could ever do. In other words, we would so rather see someone living without the dream house but joyful in the knowledge that it's coming than actually receiving the manifestation of it, except that they couldn't receive the manifestation of it without doing that first, so the comparison doesn't stack up. When you don't care that you don't have it, but you're in love with the idea of having it, then you're there. It's like satisfied with where I am and eager for more. That's the combination. So we know you hear it, and we know you think you're doing it, and everybody relates because everybody's got something like this, and we are enjoying tremendously this discussion. So now we're just going to ask you some questions, because we don't want you to tell the story the way you've been telling the story, because the way you've been telling the story isn't exactly on point. So we're going to ask some questions, and just give us your first knee-jerk response. Don't try to twist it to be the way you think it should sound. Okay. Just give us answers to the questions, and let's see if we can't figure out where you are in relationship.
Did you hear it? Yes? Now we will listen to one more part of that conversation.
Rather live in the house sooner or later?
Sooner.
And if later would give you the opportunity to create a house that's even more to your liking, would you rather live in a house sooner or later?
Later.
So whether it's sooner or later, it isn't really important, is it? If it comes sooner, it will be a vibrational match to what you've put there so far.
Right.
If it comes later, it will be a vibrational match to all the data you've picked along the way. And how much data do you think you're in the process of choosing as you're walking through these neighborhoods? As you're walking through these neighborhoods, are you looking at places and saying, don't need this data, got it figured out, don't need this data, got it figured out, don't need this data, got it figured out? Or are you saying, like that granite, like that lawn?
Constantly, yeah.
So you must be saying to us then that you're still in the process of collecting data, yes? So if you're still in the process of collecting data, do you want this house to happen sooner or later?
Well, certainly I would be just as happy with the data I've collected.
But wait. If you were completely satisfied with the data that you've collected, you would not still be out there every day taking a walk collecting data.
But there's always something to want.
Well, this is what's stuck in your vibration. You keep thinking that there is more that you want to get into it, and you are not accepting that you could get another house every single year. You're thinking, this is my one and only house. This is my dream house. Like, this is my dream relationship. In other words, I've got to find the relationship, or I've got to find the house that will satisfy me forevermore. And we say, there lies the flaw of your reasoning. Because you are the creator of your experience. And so if you could say, I'm in the process of attracting a house that is the manifestational indicator of everything that I've gathered so far, then you'd say, and I'm ready for it to come sooner, and it would come. But your vibration has all of those other things in it. And what's tripping you up mostly relative to both of these subjects that we've talked about here is the feeling that when you do it, you got to do it right, and you've got to do it right the first crack out of the box. And so that really is what's in there. So do you want this house sooner or later?
Sooner.
And the reason you want it sooner is because
I think I have put enough in there until I get something great.
No. The reason you want it sooner is because you know that you've created a perfect house for now, and that you can create another house later. There you have it. There you have it, you see. That's the vibrational stance. Because I'm on an eternal journey. I never get it done. I can't get it wrong, and I never get it done. So I feel satisfied, satisfying things come. I feel satisfied, satisfying thing comes. I feel satisfied, satisfying things come. I feel satisfied, satisfying thing comes. I feel unsatisfied, satisfying things can't come. I feel unsatisfied, satisfying things can't come. I feel unsatisfied, satisfying things can't come. Really good.
It's really good. Yeah, thank you.
So, more questions.
Okay.
So I want my house to come sooner or later.
Sooner. Later's fine, and I'm willing.
How about sooner and later?
Yeah, okay.
In other words, I want it all. I want the universe to deliver to me now all that I'm a vibrational match to.
I'm comfortable with that, yeah.
Good, because that's how it is.
Yeah, that's good.
I want the universe to deliver to me now everything that I'm a vibrational match to, and that equals every moment of manifestation in your life. The fastest way to loosen up and allow what's in your vibrational escrow in, you ready for this? Write it down. appreciate what is. Because in your appreciation of what is, you stop resistance. And when you stop resistance, what's in your escrow has to come. So that's what we meant earlier when we said we work way, 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 way too hard on all of this. All that goal setting, all that strolling through neighborhoods, all that trying to define it, all the trying to get myself into vibrational alignment. You've done step one. It's there. And you're going to keep doing step one. That's why it's going to be sooner and later. You can't stop doing step one. You can't stop adding amendments to what you want. So you're going to move into a house and you're going to love it, and then you're going to want another closet, and then you're going to want a different yard, and then you're going to want it to be a different color, and then you're going to want it to be bigger, and then you're going to want it to be smaller, and then you're going to want it to be bigger, and then you're going to want it to be smaller, and then you're going to want it to be bigger, then you're going to want it to be smaller, and then you're going to want more people to live with you, and then you're going to want them to all go away, and then you're going to want them. And in other words, you're just going to constantly, through what you're living, you're going to keep amending your desire, and the universe can keep giving you whatever is in your current vibration. And so when you make a decision that you're satisfied where you are, and you're shoring that up by just making lists of things that you appreciate, by getting on rampages of appreciation, then what happens? Do you know a steady eye to rampaging of appreciation will hold you so consistently in the place of allowing that as your contrasting experience keeps putting more in your escrow, your state of constant appreciation will keep bringing it to you, bringing it to you, bringing it to you, bringing it to you. And then you don't have to garner any patience because it will be coming so fast. And people will be watching you and they'll say, you know, you always seem so satisfied with what is, but you keep getting more. I don't get it. I haven't liked my car for the last 10 years and I can't get a new one. And you hardly ever even talk about your new car or about wanting something. You just seem so in love with your life as it is, and your life just gets better and better and better. Why does your life just get better and better and better when I don't see you hammering anything about what you want? And you say, because I hammered it with contrast, and now I do the real work. Now I appreciate what is, and I hold myself in a place of vibrationally allowing what I put over in vibrational escrow while I was hammering to come to me. There, the art of allowing.
Beautiful.
So what's the process that gets the most work done? To feel as good as I can feel from where I am. So what's the process? Appreciation. So don't you appreciate this hotel? Isn't it nice that it exists? Don't you appreciate these people that went into business and do such a good job of organizing that they stay in business? Don't you appreciate Jerry and Esther and their willingness to come around and set forth an opportunity for us to have this? And don't we all appreciate all of you? Don't you appreciate every person who dragged their physical body here? Don't you appreciate the people that are willing to sit in the chair? Don't you appreciate knowing that you are the creator of your own experience? Don't you appreciate lunch that you're all going to enjoy in a few moments? Don't you appreciate this room and how comfortable it is? Don't you appreciate the stability of the chair that you're sitting on? In other words, we know this may sound silly, but as you are deliberately looking, nitpicking for pieces of things that you can appreciate, pretty soon you'll just naturally appreciate, so that you'll be in the constant state of allowing the constant evolution that the contrast of your life demands from you. Appreciation is the key, you see.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes,
it's just tremendous.
Great. So you did hear it, right? Yeah. Okay. Now let's work with it. Good. This was from a seminar that Abraham Hicks provided years ago. I just had there so many clues and so many answers that I had this audio on my phone to listen to from time to time for years. I think it's like maybe 9 years, 10 years or something that I have it. What they spoke about when they spoke about first step 1, step 2, step 3. Do you know that? They say it the following way. Step 1. Oh, okay, then I will refresh it in our minds. Step 1 is contrast. It's when as Abraham Hicks said, the rocket of desire comes out from us when we want something. For example, as they say, someone is rude to you, you are launching the desire that people would be nice to you. You are rude, you are launching the desire that you will feel nicer to people. Or something happens that you launch the rocket of desire that you want something. Then, as they say, step 2 is source answers it with its energy and brings it to you, becomes it. Source becomes it. Source is who you are, is your energy, right? In this model, in what the way Abraham Hicks show it, and the way I believe it, the way I live it, is that there is that I am an energy substance, energy creature, a piece of energy, a piece of consciousness that exists, and it manifests in some different ways, and one of its ways of manifestation is my physical body, and the other ways of its manifestation is actually my life circumstances as well. This is how I see it, and this matches approximately how Abraham Hicks show it. So, at least they show it this way, that who you are is the energy, is the source energy. And in the step 2 is not what you have to do, is not where you have to do something. Step 2, source answers it and brings in the energy where you are that. Then there is step 3. In step 3, you this is what you should do if you want to get what you desire. You should allow it, meaning releasing the resistance to it and harmonizing yourself, like allowing it into your life. If this is the house, then resolving the beliefs that are against it, that don't allow it to come into your life, and actually allowing it to come. The interesting thing is here that these 3 steps are like Abraham Hicks show it. That step 1, the desires come out from you, and step 2, the source answers it. And for me, it looks differently. And I think that from Abraham Hicks, I also heard it in one audio that I heard also years ago, the desire one. Yes, the art of allowing. Yes, exactly. Yes. What I understood also from them, that why I feel the desire at all in one. Why do I feel the desire? I feel the desire because my source energy already became it. It becomes it, and then I feel the difference between what my source energy is and what I am. Like what in my model, in the model that I live and I teach, is that all this stream is what the source energy is, the inner being contains, is this energy. And what I physically am with my physical mind and with my beliefs is I draw it here as my degree of harmonization, degree of allowing. And the more I aligned here, I am aligned here, then the way I show it, when I showed it previously, was I was drawing it this way. That here, this is a screen of physical reality, of physical manifestation. And if the energy was coming from here, and then it was going through the areas of our energy where are aligned, then it manifests on the screen of physical manifestation with events that are pleasant to me. Okay, but then the way I showed it was showing it earlier. It was that when life continues forward, then it expands. The stream, the source energy always expands. And then if my alignment stays in the same level as it was before, then on this new stage, it is just not enough. There are these areas where I am not aligned yet. And then this is the areas that I showed that I call them the pockets of happiness. That when the source energy comes through this and comes to the physical manifestation, then what happens is that it manifests with some events that are unpleasant to me. And then it also reflects in me with some beliefs, with some opinions, with some thoughts that don't feel good to me. And then I do feel the difference. It's like I found this image that when I was explaining to a client in a coaching how it all works, I said, if you imagine a cube, let's do this. Let's imagine a cube. If there is a cube and there inside I sit as a physical me, and this cube is containing some atmosphere. Then when this atmosphere is light and beautiful and harmonious, And I am light and beautiful and harmonious and easy feeling, then I am in a match with it and I feel it. And this corresponds to a state where I am aligned, and you know those days like you're in the zone. The athletes call it you're in the zone. That the lights are green and nice people are calling and all nice events are happening. And so these are these days where we feel like that the atmosphere around us is harmonious and we are harmonious and we are together and we feel it that we are together. And the other state could be that the atmosphere around us still is lightweight and beautiful and happy, but we are not happy there. Then we will feel it too, this mismatch, right? Uh, like we are not corresponding to the environment that we are in, like they are too happy for us. Like we are angry and or we are desperate and we are clearly not a match to what's happening, to the happiness that's happening around us. And that's why when Abraham Hicks say the key is appreciation, I would say there are states where appreciation isn't so very much easily accessible. Sometimes when we are desperate or we feel really bad, then this isn't very accessible to us. And if we would try to appreciate something, when I am trying to appreciate something in such a mood, then it feels like they are making a bad joke of me, like they are too happy to my taste or something like that. And with when I'm trying to appreciate something in such a state, I feel like I'm starting to feel, because what can I appreciate? Something of the circumstances that I have in that moment. And then I am starting to feel fear it will be taken from me, all those circumstances. So if before that I would be somewhere maybe on the background feeling good that I would be having it, when I was trying to appreciate it, it brought it to my consciousness, and I started to be afraid that that this too will be taken from me. Not only like the situation is bad, but this too will be taken. And this didn't feel good at all. So I found that's why in my process that I showed you before in the 8th city, remember? Second, it wasn't like this. It was like this. And here it was number 1 is riding reliefs into bliss. And here it was number 2, what I love and appreciate in my life right now. And here it was who I am, what's in my vortex. And here it was what feels good. And here it was what I do prefer. And then here it was, second, here it was what, how and where it feels. If I have, when I have what I do prefer, how it feels and where it feels. And here it was what I do, be, and sense in that. But I start with the reliefs into this, like start finding something, some thought that could feel a bit better to me. And it is a process that I showed you here, like when the step 1 and step 2, then I like switch them in their places, or maybe I would say that it feels like it's happening all together, like because the energy expands and these areas become present in my source energy where I'm not aligned yet, then because of that I'm starting to feel the desire on one hand and starting to feel the like tug that I'm not there yet, and I'm starting to feel these two fundamentals of me, two basic structures of me, that one structure of me is what already contains it, and the other structure of me is something that feels like physical and thinks that I don't have it yet. And then the step three is harmonizing in this stream so that it would become, the alignment would be would take all the new area, and then, as I called it, here is the point of the new happiness that feels like I was happy here, I was aligned here, and here I came and I feel like so much more was added to my happiness here. Like my happiness here is richer, is updated with my current newly born preferences and answers me better, answers my newly born preferences better. And so it feels like, as I also was drawing for you the steps, it was like when I came here, it was in this point, like it was the previous happiness. Then I continued walking forward until I came to like, if I am the same height as the same height as the stair, then for me it's a wall, and then I need to rise so that I would come to the point of the new happiness that would be available to me. How this corresponds to a house, for example, and why what Abraham Hicks were saying, why it was important, why the perfect state would be I'm eager, I'm happy with what I have and eager for more. Because when I'm happy with what I have, then I feel I have the state, the same state as my source energy here in this new point. I am not dwelling in the thoughts where our difference lies, okay? And then these states, these moments these time periods where I am aligning, coming into this new alignment, then they are actually precious all by themselves, even or already, because if we take the life model, the usual life model that we are accustomed to, usually, is that we have a desire, we should manifest it, it should come true so that we would get it and be happy with it. And then life is life's meaning, life's sense, life's joy is like life's flowing is in creating some circumstances that we are happy with and living them. Like I know that I want something, so I bring it into my life and then I just leave it. I am living it and I am happy. In this model, it wouldn't work here in this model, and it doesn't work in my life and in lives of so many people that I saw. I don't know if someone has it differently. Actually, I did saw some people, for them it's much closer to that model that I spoke about. It for my opinion and feeling, for my energy sensing, it was that their streams didn't expand so rapidly and so widely. It was like more or less continuing on the same level. It was expanding in very little degrees, and then there wasn't needed too much effort in realigning. And then people could do it with some bringing some physical things into their lives and living with that. But maybe also our times are of influence that now for many of us the streams are expanding really rapidly and widely, and then these these stairs and these pockets of happiness are all the time opening. And when I'm aligning, like if this is the process, if I know that in this point I won't be too happy, I know that I will always have some pockets of happiness and some gaps, and in every point in my life I will always have this feeling that there is something that come into my life. And then if life is always going to be like this, then maybe there is some point in adjusting to these life circumstances, and maybe listening to what Abraham Hicks say, that they say that the point, the meaning, the joy of all that is in the vacation itself, in the journey itself. The joy is in the journey, as they say. That these events that we want to come into our life, these people, these houses, these things, they are all well and good, and it's good to have them, but they're actually like dangling carrot. The sense is in us going after them more than in us getting them. And then I once asked myself this question: if I am going to get this thing, when will I allow myself to start enjoy having it? I can allow myself to start enjoying it already only when I get it. But if there is a lot of time that will pass until then I have a choice. I have a free choice that I can choose to allow myself to enjoy this process in the journey, or I can continue with complaint that I don't have this thing that I want and I will be happy only when I will get it. So when I'm looking at it like this, then I'm starting to understand that my choice is to be happy every minute. It is also when I had some hard circumstances, and in the beginning I was doing the energy exercises in order to change the situation. But I felt like the situation wasn't changing. And then in the end, I said, okay, whatever will happen, I just want to, I want to be happy anyway, together with it. Like, I want to be happy independently of it. If I have it or don't have it, doesn't matter. I want to be happy in the middle. I want to be happy now. I want to be happy every minute in the process of coming to it or not coming to it, doesn't matter. And then the question is how we can use our desires in order to feel good in every minute of our life, both in the moments when we do get these things and in the moments when we are going there. And then the question is, the question changes. If before that the question was, how can I get that house? Then the question moves into this new question, how can I enjoy this dream today? I will write for you these two phrases here. Now, how, oops. Question 1. Oh, question 2. Okay. Okay. This way, I hope you can see it. Meaning we are choosing now between two questions. How can I get the new house? Or how can I use this stream of wanting the house to enjoy it today? Or to enjoy today? I can even remove the it from here. I want to enjoy today. And if I am going, because we cannot run from our desires, like Abraham Hicks say that our life is organized this way, so that to create desires in us. And it is reflected in this model that life is always expanding and expanding and expanding. And these areas where it is expanding, it is new things that come into our life. Like these areas where it expands, it feels to us like something new that we want. And that's why, again, we have a free choice. We have, if this is how our life is organized, that it will always bring us some new areas where some new pockets of happiness, where it will expand and we will have these desires. If this is what our life is going to contain anyway, then we have a choice. We can use it to enjoy it, or we can use it to complain. I choose to enjoy because I feel better when I enjoy it, and then my life quality rises immediately in that moment where I am enjoying something. So how can we enjoy this dream? And to enjoy it, it actually is very simple and it is perfect, because when I am enjoying this dream, I am finding the thoughts that feel better, because when I am enjoying it, I am coming into alignment with this source energy. And then, because I am coming into alignment, then this source energy starts going through these aligned areas, because these areas also become aligned. And then it reflects to me in the substances that feel good to me, and it reflects to me in the circumstances where I am getting those things that I wanted physically. So when I am just taking to myself, it is a bit like in Christianity with that Martha and Maria, where one of them was tending to physical things and the other was tending to spiritual things. And Jesus said, leave her alone, the one who is tending to spiritual things, because when we just tend to how can we enjoy this stream today, we become happier now, right here in our life now. We don't need to go anywhere else. We can enjoy it right now. And at the same time, this third step is happening by itself, by the way, in the same time, with the same actions that we choose. And this is actually what Abraham Hicks say, where they said in that house conversations, yes, they said you shouldn't do it in order to get the house. You should do it in order to enjoy feeling good. You should do it because it feels good to you, to align, to feel that you do have the house and what's good in it and all that. It feels better to you. If it feels better to you and doing all those processes, if they feel better to you, do it because you feel better with them. And the more we are doing the process, and this is a subtle thing that is really important here and really powerful to know, that when we do something in order to get the thing, or in order to get something, something physical especially, then the state is that we don't have it. Because if we would have it, then we wouldn't need to do anything to acquire it or to create it, right? And so, and the more we feel like we have what we want, then the more we are coming into a state where we already have what we want, and so we already have that thing too, and then it can come and manifest to us physically too. Second, I have a siren. I need to go into shelter. I will continue after that. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. Okay, then let's continue. You hear? Do you hear me well? Oh, great. So Karen, I want to offer you to. Yes, yes, so well. All good. Yes. But I know that it does triggers my fear. And I know that if I don't do any energy work, any alignment in it, then it will bring more events like this into my life that will be frightening. So I can use it with you now to do the energy work, and I want to offer you to do the energy work with me, um, but on the subject that could be relevant, more relevant to you in your situation. And I will be doing it in about my situation. I'm in Israel. And now I'm home, if that was the question. I'm okay now. But I do want to do the energy work so that I do rise here, because now like I was stumbling into a wall and I cannot continue with the same state. So I want to rise, and then I know it will come to me as both a better feeling immediately and a good feeling circumstances after that. אני מבינה, wow. No, it wasn't for remembrance, Karen. It wasn't for going to the shelter. Giselle, from where you do know Hebrew? Nice. So, Giselle, do you have, because I could offer to Karen to, oh, great. Um, Karen, is it okay for you to? No, it was for shelter, but it's okay. You know, Giselle, me too. But don't tell anyone. Okay. So let's continue with our energy processes. And Karen, is it okay for you to do the process for the stream about getting the house that you would like? Yes, okay. Giselle, would you like to choose the stream that would be desirable for you? Can you choose some stream of your desire so that you could also do this work with us now? You want to choose it? Stream meaning, okay. Um, Stream is it was in all those lectures that I was providing before, also the pre-course webinar, and in all my previous lectures also. So I didn't go into details right now. Streams is like every in my model, every stream, every desire that I have forms a stream. That's it. So if I have a desire to eat delicious food, then this is a stream for me, which has its expansions and alignments. And when I aligned in it, then it reflects in me getting all kinds of circumstances which bring me delicious food. And then I stumble into a next stair where it brings some contrast, like Abraham Hicks call it. And then I rise to a new stair, and there I am getting some even more delicious food, etc. Also safe and live in peace. It also forms a stream. The stream is the energy that contains me with that desire implemented. So it's like every area of my life is a stream or something like that. So my question to you, Giselle, was that we were just choosing streams in our lives in order to do some energy work right now with the thoughts. So if you have some desire, then you can choose it as well and do the work with us. In the beginning, I'm offering to do this 8CT that we learned in several lectures before. So here in the first one, it will be reliefs into bliss. So it is about finding a thought that does feel a bit better than, okay, then Giselle, you can take this desire of being healthy into this process right now also. So let's do then this process all together. So the first one is reliefs into bliss. And this means I want to find just one thought that would feel better to me about this situation, this dream, this desire. For example, my thought right now, my state right now is I am frightened. I am frightened. This doesn't feel good to me. So the thought that could feel better is quite general, that I am quite accustomed to in the process that I showed also in my lectures many times with focus delight number 1. It was what if it's not really that bad? So now when I am saying I am frightened, this is the like initial state. It's where I am started. I am started. Start point is I am frightened. Or I can say I feel fear or I am afraid or something like that. Okay? The relieving thought is what if it's not that bad? What if it's not that threatening, or what if it's safer than I thought? What if it's safer than I thought? Or I can also say, I can make this window there, and then we will see our comments better. What if it's safer than I thought? Or I can also say, what if I am safer than I thought? So you see, these thoughts do feel better to me, and in these thoughts I already improved the energy. I already uh, did rise the step, and I did rise. I did improve my state immediately. I do feel better with this thought right now. So I am enjoying it now, this relief. I can bask in this relief. And at the same time, I can know that this will bring some happier circumstances into my life. And this is good. This feels good. So I am inviting you, Karen and Giselle, you both, to bring some thought that would feel better about your streams as well. I will give you a couple of minutes for each of you to try. Can you try and bring some thoughts that would feel better about? So you could state the starting thought and then bring a thought that would feel a bit better. It doesn't have to be some visualization, how we live in that house, or how we are healthy, or how we are safe. It is about bringing a little relief right now, finding the path of least resistance, finding the track of least resistance, finding the way to feel better right now, independently of circumstances. Oh, that's good. Does it feel better to you, Giselle? This thought, does it feel better to you? Yes, great. Karen, would you like to find a thought about the house or some other subject that you would like to speak about? You can change the subject if you wish, or you can work with this subject about the house, as you wish. I will, for now, write the title of the next. Oh, that's great. That's great. Do you feel better with that thought? Yes. This is also a thought that could feel better. The way you formulated it, I am moving forward. This is you can remember it as a like a template, a pattern of a thought that is quite general, and you can use it in other areas as well. That yes, my state right now is like this, but I am moving forward. I am not standing still. I am moving forward. Yes, Giselle, you see, this is also it is my life hacking maybe, that in every thought that I find or that my clients in coaching find, I immediately try to find a pattern, a template, like why does it feel better? And in what you say now, Giselle, I can see that it is that even though these circumstances are like this and I maybe don't like them, but still there was something good came from it. Okay, this also is a thought that would feel better. For example, about my current situation, I can say, yes, I was frightened, but it pushed me to do this energy work, and I know that every energy work improves my life. So this did have some sense in my life. Yeah. Okay then. Are you satisfied with this step, what we did, or you want to find that you want to move to the next step in this process, or you would like to find some more better feeling thought in step, or we should move forward? Waiting for Giselle's answer. Giselle, about I have to be more careful. It's also from my practice, from the thoughts that feel better or worse. We also have this vocabulary of thoughts of like words of power and words of pain, if I call it them this way. And usually, when I replace have to with would benefit from, then it usually feels better to me. Like when I'm saying I have to do something, or I'm saying I could benefit from doing something that could benefit from doing it, it feels better to me, usually. So I do recommend you to try it as well. Maybe it might feel better to you as well. It could benefit you. Okay. By the way, when I am recommending you to replace something in your words or something, please never feel like what you said was incorrect or something like that, because there always are steps in our energy work, and uh, usually we just cannot immediately say it, and we shouldn't even immediately say it in the best feeling way. We just say it the way we say it, and then we can tweak all kinds of this sentence in order to find even in this sentence something that would feel even better and even better and even better. So in the first stage, you just say what you said, and then you look at that sentence and you are starting to think, what could I change in it a bit so that the whole sentence would feel better to me? And usually we find more and more and more ways. And it's like in that focus delight that I was showing, that usually we just cannot jump too far. So we shouldn't congratulate ourselves for coming up with any thoughts at all. And then we are doing our steps, and then we continuing in finding more thoughts that would feel better and better and better and better and better. Okay, then the next step is this: what I love and appreciate now. And this is what I told you, by the way, something that I find important to say, that both of you um, did give some mm, thought about your current circumstances that actually feel good, that provide for you the relieving thought. It is not always the case. And when people become accustomed to looking for something in their current circumstances that they would feel, that they would think about, that would feel good, then they are entrapped many times, because sometimes life brings us into situations where it is really hard to find some circumstances where we could say where we could like use it to say at least this is good in my life, or something like that, like using physical circumstances in order to feel better. Sometimes it is a trap. Sometimes we just are in a stage where these better feeling circumstances already exist, and then when we pay attention to them, like you both did now in this step, it is good and it moves us forward. But just please remember that it's not the only option that you have, that you could remember the thought that I provided was, what if it's not that bad? What if, what if? These what ifs are not about, they don't need to have some circumstances that we look up to or we look into. They just are some thoughts that make it possible for us to feel better, where we are using only the power of our thought and not the circumstances. So just be aware that in any case, in any way, in any vibrational stage you are in, you have a choice. Yes, if you have some circumstances that you can feel good about, then it's good, you can use it. Or if you don't have, then you still can do some energy work. You still can do something and rise, and then life will bring you some circumstances that will feel good. Okay, then now we'll continue. And what I started saying here was that when we did this work, then when I did this work, then when I come here and I want to appreciate something, then it is much easier for me than if I would try to appreciate something without finding first some thought that would feel better in circumstance that was important to me. Like in my circumstances, for example, when I was frightened, then it was hard for me to come about with some appreciative thoughts. It would be possible, yes, but it wouldn't be the easiest thing. It wouldn't be the crack of least resistance, and it could be much harder than after finding some reliefs here. But now I do feel that when I had this relief and I did rise some, then I can come here and appreciate my life even more, even better than I could before. What I say here that it is preferably in other areas of our life, because this column is about finding something that feels good in our life already right now, and preferably in some areas that don't depend on this stream. Like we can easier find something joyful in them. For example, I can say here that I love and appreciate my daughter. Absolutely. So this would be my thought for this column. I say I love and appreciate my and I love and appreciate you that you are with me, and I love and appreciate this our meeting, this our appointment, and this our conversation, contribution that we make into each other's life right now, and that we feel good and doing like all this that I do feel that we are doing some process that is benefiting every one of us, but it also it's not but it's and it is also in such a pleasant manner, and we have this nice way to do it over the like worldwide, not even speaking about other people that will be listening to these lectures after and watch all this after. But right now I'm from Israel. Karen is from United States, right? And Giselle, where are you from? You're probably from some other area as well. Colombia. Ah, it is close to. No, it's Colombia, Brazil, right? So it's also some other place, and I do love and appreciate very much that we do have this webinar platform, have this way to collaborate, contribute to one another, and just plainly enjoy each other and enjoy this conversation and this energy process, right? And improve our life this way. Isn't it nice? Just perfect. South America, okay. Oh, okay. I am not very good in geography, I'm sorry. I always forget where something is. So, would you like to provide some your thoughts in this column? For this column, what do you love and appreciate in now? Preferably in other area, not the one of the desire that you chose to do the process about. Oh, you are providing lectures. Nice. And with the husband, yeah, I love it that you are using these words, these emotional words like careful attitude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great. It feels like this current that it immediately gives the feeling that it is love and appreciation. And I wonder if you did feel it like me, that when we did do just some work on release in the first stage, then did you feel that our love and appreciate here is more delicious? Like it's easier to come up with these appreciative thoughts, and it feels like it's easier to do it, to appreciate. Yes, absolutely, quite correct. Yes, absolutely correct for me too. Yes, yes, Karen. Yes, this is yes for me as well. That it is easier and it is like it is nicer. It is more pleasant. It gives me the feeling that the pleasure doesn't have to come with hard work. The pleasure can come easier. And this is what we are getting here. And guess what? Abraham Hicks said that this is how this, it's like it's us listening to our inner GPS. Like we are following the curve of least resistance, we are following the path of least resistance, and this way it is much more effective and efficient. Yeah, it's great. It's like I remember then when I was giving birth, then I learned then that it could be better not to take any pain relievers, because when uh, it is a normal birth, then when I was doing all kinds of movements in order to relieve myself from pain, then it were the movements that actually my body needed and the baby also needed in order to go out in the best way. So it feels good to know that here too, in this energy process, it is too, when we find a way that feels better, feels easier to us, it is nice to know that it also means that we are doing it in a righter way, more correct way, like more efficient, more effective way. That's what I could say. Maybe more satisfying way. Something like that. Yes. Okay. Now we are coming to the next column. What I am, or what is my vortex? Yes, exactly. Smarter, not harder. Yes. Let's say smarter is easier. And it's not that I am stating it, it's like this is the thought that feels better to me. When I am comparing two thoughts, like working harder is smart or working easier is smart, then the second one feels good to me, feels better to me. And this is good. I like finding the thoughts that guide me this way. Yeah. Thank you, Giselle. Okay, so the next one here is what I am and what is in my vortex. And this is about the stream that we started our process about. And this is what I am. It's like what my energy is about. It's like what Yeah, thank you. It was like when I told you in the previous here that in the step 2, the source energy becomes it. It brings the answer. And here in the stream, the source energy is the answer. And then my question here is, what is this answer? And this is stating like in ideal, in some of the processes, I think I was giving it in some of the previous lectures. I sometimes now confuse with the lectures that I give to my coaching clients and what I gave here in the lectures. And I think I gave it here about George L. Preslian and his process of clearing thoughts, and it was about um, the universe and my universe. It was how it is in the physical reality where I don't like it, and in my universe. And so this is the column where we write it how it could be in an ideal way. And so what usually I write here how I feel more than the events that come up there. But it doesn't have to be this way. I just am trying to imagine what energy is, what it contains, and then I am writing it here into this column. So in my stream that I chose about my safety, I could say that in my vortex, the vortex is Abraham Hicks's notion. I think we listened to the video, the audio video of what's in the vortex here in the lectures as well. The vortex is where all that we want is. And for me, by the way, thought that I write here many times, we will come here, that what's in my vortex, I say what is vortex is me. Is not some vortex is not somewhere. It's not some place outside of me. Vortex is me, and I'm just switching to it, much like in the car I would switching gears. Gears, how you say gears, I think. Like I can be not vortex, or I can be like I can choose to engage the thoughts or states which are not corresponding to the frequencies of my vortex, but all this time the vortex is still me. And so when I choose to be it, then I just switch to it and I be it. It's like it was a phrase that I found in one day. It said, paradise is the decision that for me to make. And it was demonstrating for me beautifully that indeed I can engage in thoughts on how I am not liking the circumstances, or I can just be the paradise, just be it, be what I came to, what I became. So, what I am, what's in my vortex, in this my case, it is I feel safe, and I am safe. and I feel good. In your case, for example, Karen, with about the house, it could be I am having the house. I feel. What would you feel when you would live there? It's like in some like sketches, more like sketches of what it could be there. So for me here, what's in my vortex is or for example, about beauty. Yes, in if the desire would be to be beautiful, then in the vortex it would be I am beautiful. Okay, so you're welcome to come up with your content of this column. What would you say? What's in your vortex? How do you feel? What's in your vortex about those desires that you chose? Oh, wow, this is perfect. This is just perfectly formulated. I will take it into my vortex description as well. Yes. Wow, that's just great. Yes. Karen, would you like to come up with your content of this column? Oh, that is nice. Yes, yes, I always accomplish my. Wow, that is great. Thank you so much. It was just great for all your suggestions. It was amazing. Well, do you feel that we did rise some more? Do you feel that feeling even better now, like I do? Okay, I see the hour now is also coming to an end. And what we did today was actually my initial process, what I was calling initially 3CT, three-column table. Like we did this column, and this column. And this three is also a process all by itself as well. And in some cases, it can even be enough. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. This is precious to me. Really precious. Thank you. Then I offer you, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank us all. Okay. Thank you to us all. Yes. And congratulations. We did do really nice work today. So I suggest that we pause right here, and then next time we will continue with our desires in the next columns here, and it is going to be fun. So, see you then on, I think it will be Friday. Yes, it will be on Friday, and you will get the announcement at which hour it will be. Yeah, you all are awesome and wonderful, and I can add so much more now to this column of what I love and appreciate, and I just love my life. Okay, then, see you on Friday. Thank you very much for being here. You are a treasure. Thank you.